welcome back to Leo Gaming. Today we're talking about the next generation consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, which are supposed to drop around Christmas time. There's been no exact date given yet as to when they will drop, but we do know Christmas time is the window they're going for, purely obviously, so then everyone can buy consoles for their kids or for themselves for Christmas. So today I'm going to be talking about the features, certain features on either console, and what I personally think about them, whether they're good or whether they're not good. So let's jump straight in. So I'm going to start off with the PlayStation 5. So we're going to be talking about the first feature they've got is they've now got built into the console what you call an SSD drive, a solid state drive. This basically allows a lot quicker loading times, and the whole console is generally a lot quicker. PCs have had the SSD for quite some time, so PC gamers will know that this is a brilliant thing to have. The consoles have been crying out for this for some years, but obviously because we've got to wait for the console cycle, the console gamers don't get that until now. So, for example, loading times, the PlayStation 5 will instantly load you into a game. For example, Sony did do a tech demo, where they showed Marvel's Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 Pro and the new PlayStation 5. Now, the PlayStation 4 Pro took 8.10 seconds to load into the game. The PlayStation 5 took 0.8 seconds. So basically, the PlayStation 5 took less than a second to load into the game, and the PS4 Pro took practically 9 seconds. So you can see now with the PlayStation 5, instantly gaming. Pick up the controller, load the game, boom, instantly in less than a second to load. Now the next feature is Sony have got a custom built-in new immersive audio engine called the Tempest 3D engine. This is supposed to make the sound more true to life, more realistic. Obviously the sounds. This will work better if you've got headphones. So if you've got headphones, I suggest if you haven't, buy some, because games do sound a lot better in headphones. You get that more surround sound effect. But this new engine is supposed to make that sound even better. Personally, I don't see this as a massive feature. To me, new console generations need to upgrade their sound anyway. That should be a given. I don't see that as a feature. Whether they're putting that across as a feature because there's not much else, I don't know, but there you go. There's what they call a feature. The next one is with regards to backwards. I won't call this a feature. This is more of a not a feature. But with regards to backwards compatibility, Sony have announced that they're only going to be backwards at the moment. Obviously, we've still got some months yet for the release, but at the moment, the PlayStation 5 will only be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4. They haven't said anything about PlayStation 3, PS2, or the original PlayStation. So if you've got old discs of the old PlayStations, then unfortunately you're going to have the original consoles to play them. To be honest, this isn't a great thing. I think Sony are trying to steer away from backwards compatibility. But me personally, I think, and at launch, the PlayStation 5 will only be backwards compatible with the top 100 PlayStation 4 games. So not even the whole catalogue, just the top 100. To me, I think this isn't really the route to go down. In the year 2020, technology is so advanced now, I don't understand why they can't build a console that can play all the backwards games. I mean, you can still play old CDs and DVDs. Like you could play an old CD. I've got an old CD that I've had for 20 years that will still play in a console. A DVD that I've had for 20 years that I can still play in a console. Why they can't do that for games, I don't know. It's really annoying for me personally, because you want to play the back catalogue of games. But that's the way Sony have gone. So to me, that feature is not good. It's not really a feature, to be honest. It's just a sort of an update on the PlayStation 5. The next feature, this is a feature that Sony have gone, is they've got a custom built-in 4K Ultra HD drive built into the Blu-ray drive into the console, into the PlayStation 5. This, to PlayStation fans, this is a great thing because obviously the PlayStation 3 had the Blu-ray player, whereas Sony skipped it for the PlayStation 4. Now, for the PlayStation 3, it was a massive feature. It was a good selling point for the PlayStation 3. So PlayStation fans will be happy to know that they brought it back for the PlayStation 5, but this time in 4K Ultra HD. So that is a great feature. That just allows better graphics, better loading times being 4K. Going back to the SSD, the solid state drive, this also allows you to install, and this is a good feature, to install and uninstall the parts of games you do and don't like. For example, like myself, I'm not an online player. So if I was buying Call of Duty, I would buy it for the campaign only. You can just install the campaign and not the online part, or vice versa. You can just install the online part and not the campaign. This will save download times, and it will also save space and memory on your console. I know for one, with lots of Xbox One games, that sometimes you're spending a lot of time uninstalling, reinstalling games because of the memory situation, and you're running out of memory. So this, to me, is an absolutely brilliant feature. Even though it's PlayStation, it will be a great feature for PlayStation fans. So there's some of the features for PlayStation 5. To be honest, I think the PlayStation 5 has gone more down the route with tech, like controllers and different other features, more physical features with regards to the PlayStation 5, because they're not massive features to me. They're just expected features in today's world. So that's what I think personally. So moving on, I'm now going to move on to the Xbox Series X. Now, obviously, the series Microsoft have got a couple of the same features. The SSD drive, the solid state drive. Obviously, Xbox have got that as well, and the loading times and the uninstalling and the installing the parts you don't like. Both consoles have that, so we know that's a given. We know they're going to both be on a level par with regards to those two features. More specific to Xbox, with regards to backwards compatibility, they are going all out on backwards compatibility. Microsoft have gone more down this route, the complete opposite way to Sony. They've gone down this route of every game. They want to try and get every game from every Xbox, from the original Xbox, as a backwards compatible catalogue. Which to me, I think that's a brilliant idea. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to buy a game that you know has only got a shelf life. Like, if I buy a game, I don't want to think, right, in 10 years or 7 or 8 years, I don't want that game to be rendered, you can't do nothing with it because the new console don't allow it. Again, in today's world, you want the new consoles to be able to play all of that with the technology that we have in today's world. So to me, that is a brilliant idea, having all those old games for any Xbox fans. Even if PlayStation, because a lot of PlayStation fans might even be like, well, I want to play that old Xbox game. They go out and buy an Xbox Series X. It's a brilliant feature, I think. But also with that, which adds to how good this feature is, they're retrofitting high definition resolution to the older games. So basically, they've got built-in upscaler into the console, which if you put in an original Xbox disc, so a 20-year-old disc, into this Xbox Series X, it will upscale it in graphics and performance. Obviously, you're not going to get the graphics from a Series X current game, but it will make it look a lot better, sound a lot better, and perform a lot better. And this goes with all the old Xbox games. It will instantly, automatically upscale it, which, to be honest, is another great feature. So if you've got an old game you want to play, and it will look better than it originally did, much better. That's another good feature. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah. The next feature is you can instantly pause and unpause and switch games on the Series X. So, for example, if you're playing FIFA 21, you're in career mode, you're in the middle of a game, and your mate rings you up, "Oh, John, come play Call of Duty. We need your help. All right. You pause your FIFA 21 game. Come out of FIFA, straight into Call of Duty. Jump. Do half hour online with your mates. You say, right, I don't want to play no more. I'm going back to FIFA. Boom. Come out of that. And when you load up FIFA again, it will instantly be exactly where you left it in the middle of that game. Whereas at the moment, what happens is if you go into another game, the other game will shut down automatically. Whereas now you can do this with multiple games. You can flick from one game to another, to another, to another, to another, and they will stay exactly where you left them. They don't close down now. Which means, which is a brilliant feature, because you can now jump. Because I know that on the Xbox One menu, I can sometimes flick from app to app, to game, because I want to check. So, like sometimes you'll be in the middle of a game and I want to jump to YouTube because I want to quickly watch a video as to how you get past a certain part, or a bit of a tip. So you jump to YouTube, but when you go back in the game, it's closed down. So you've got to reload it just because you want to watch. Now it doesn't do all that. You can now flick from app to game, and it will all stay there, which again is an absolutely fantastic feature. The best feature though for the Xbox Series X to me is smart delivery. Anything that is to do with money saving on a console, I think is a fantastic idea, because consoles nowadays are about £400-500, £600 if you're buying all the accessories. So this is what they call smart delivery. So if you buy, for example, Call of Duty in September, the new Call of Duty September, and on the Series on the Xbox One, and then come December you buy for Christmas, you buy the Series X. Right, you in your head you're thinking, right, I've got to buy the Call of Duty game with it again. That's another £60, because games are now like 60 quid, up to £80 if you're buying all these extras. So you can buy. You can then get, so basically when you buy the original version on the Xbox One, you'll get a code, an upgrade code from Microsoft. This will allow you, so when you buy the Series X, this will allow you to input the code into the console, and you'll get a free upgraded version to the new. Because obviously there will be a massive difference. You will get a free upgraded version. You will not have to rebuy the game. Whereas previous years that's what you've had to do. You will not have to and there was a lot of games that are doing this. It all depends on publishers, because obviously the publishers have to agree to this. I know EA and Ubisoft have agreed. So with Assassin's Creed and the FIFA games, you're going to get upgraded versions of that. I can imagine the smaller indie developers won't want to go down that route because they haven't got as much money. But the big AAA publishers will agree, because they've got money they've got plenty of money to spare. So yeah, going forward, I think that's the more publishers they can get on board with that, the better. So the more games you buy now, leading up to the new console, the more you can upgrade for free when it comes to it. So that is the last feature for the Xbox Series X. So yeah, that's the current features as it stands. There are other features that I've missed, that I've left out, because they're completely different aspects of the console. For example, the Sony, you've got the PlayStation 5, has got a new controller type. That'll be a whole video on its own, So I think these are the main features as it stands at the minute. Obviously, we've still got 4 or 5 months before they release, so there's still plenty of features that might come out and they might mention. But I think now more what we're waiting for is what the games are going to look like on the new consoles. I think that's what everyone's waiting for. So yeah, we've just got to wait. I'm excited. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative for you. If it wasn't, then please let me know in the comments below. If there was anything I missed, again, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.